Coverages webinar. Today we're going to be covering the Medi-Cal tab in the Coverages screen. The coverage modules have been moved from CMSNet Legacy to CMSNet Web. And when you log in, this will be the screen that you'll see. The new menu option you'll want to use is Coverage. In this case, we're going to enter the test case number. This will be the screen, the main screen for each client's coverage. It'll land on the Insurance tab. If there was a coverage under that tab, you would see that information here. In this case, there isn't. So we'll click on the Medi-Cal tab. And you can see that there is a Medi-Cal plan here. And the client information header is going to be the same header which is common across all modules. So this will be the same one you're familiar with from registration. The changes from the legacy system to the web system is that in legacy there were a stop date and a type field which were editable. That information was editable but not transmitted to MEDS, so it didn't actually perform a function. In order to avoid confusion, we've eliminated that editing capability. So this will show a true representation of that Medi-Cal record. Now at the top, you'll see that there are the Medi-Cal denied radio button, yes or no. And this is available for a case, even if the client doesn't have Medi-Cal coverage, you can still make that selection. And that will, when you make that choice and save, it will save that coverage record selection into a track transactions log. And anyone who's County Admin Plus or above will be able to see that. So in this case, we're going to select yes. And this is the coverage history section. You can see that it's a collapsed section. If you expand that details, they'll show you each of the coverage periods for that particular code 503 for the health plan of San Mateo. And you can see that 11-1 to 11 to 113-12 was the first period, and then 5-1-12 to 131-13, and then our current period of 8-1-13. Now, any of these sections, any of these histories, you can add comments to them. You can select it and add a test comment. And you can select that Medi-Cal denied button. In this case, we're going to select Medi-Cal denied no. And that's an optional field. It's not required. And then you can enter a comment into any of these histories and then click Save. Now, if you were to go back out and re-enter that case, you can see that those changes are retained. It's still set to no. And the comments that were in those histories are still viewable. Now let's take a look at the comments. Anything that's put into the comment field will create a new case note, which is searchable under the case notes module. So in this case, we're just going to look at today's case notes. And you can see there was a Medi-Cal coverage update, test comment on the one historical record, and the modification that I made to that existing comment for the current record, where I added testing and save, you see that is there as well. If you were to go back in and add another comment, you would come back in here, and that same record for the day would show that revised comment. Now, if we go back to the coverage screen and the Medi-Cal tab, that Medi-Cal deny flag, let's take a look at where that is. Once you've made that selection and saved it, if you're County Admin Plus or above, you can go to Reports, Miscellaneous, Track Transactions, and we're just going to look at today's. And when you run the report, and bear with me as this can take a little bit, you can see Medi-Cal denied, the old value was no, the new value is yes. Or, pardon me, the old value was yes, the new value is no, which is how we left that case. Now, for any additional information, we do have a manual for the coverages module, which goes into more detail for each of the tabs that are available. But at this time, that's going to conclude the webinar for the Medi-Cal tab. Thank you for viewing.